Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. I welcome you back to the College Hoops 2K Legacy Mode series featuring the main man, Coach Carter. As Season 2 in this series is winding down, and again, we seem to be hitting another signature rough patch. Just like in Season 1, conference play hasn't been all too kind to us, and it's becoming all too common in this series. It's not at the infamous 11 straight loss level like Season 1's losing streak was, but 4 straight losses by an average margin of 20.7 points is kind of far from what we envisioned coming down the home stretch. This nightmare run of games has brought our conference record to 2-8, and we're tied for the final playoff spot, that 12th seed, with Richmond, with 16 games to go on the schedule. We're going to get to the end of the year today. We got a lot of ground to cover, and luckily the schedule does favor us a little bit to clinch the playoffs for the first time in this series. We do have to play the Charlotte 49ers, who are a top 6 team in the country, and they're also first seed hopefuls in March Madness this year. But we're also going to see winnable games against Rhode Island, UMass on senior day, Richmond and LaSalle are on the road, but we're going to see them off rip today, and those 4 teams are all within a few games of us in the standings, so definitely favoring us a little bit. The schedule is down the stretch as we try to at least finish top 12 to clinch a spot. This is the first time we're seeing the Explorers this season, who are a game and a half up on us in the standings. Jack Adifi is a 6'7" forward who plays a lot bigger than his listed height, and he and Grant Puckett, who is a 7'2" monster inside. You won't see a much better defensive duo inside the conference in the painted area. It's a pretty underwhelming offensive team, this Explorer squad, but they have plenty of defensive weapons. When you have 3 guards who average at least a steal and 2 more who average a block, you're a pretty stout club on D, you'd think. Facing this defense is already tough enough, but without our second leading scorer, that'll make this game even harder. Evangelo Higgins, he hurt his ankle last episode, and he's going to miss a 3rd straight game at the beginning of this installment. It might be a little early to be calling this a must-win, but our schedule's finally easing up on us, so any easier matchup we get, we have to win, as senior 3-point threat Amir Holiday, who's had a nice stretch of games off the bench, continues to start as we look to snap this brutal 4-game stretch as our first ever playoff spot in this series in our sights as we tip things off against the LaSalle Explorers today. So, LaSalle scores the first basket of the game, but look at Preston Murphy. Nice work off the ball. As he continues to run that point guard spot, Amir Holiday slides to the 2. But we'll also see some extended run for Dustin Black, our 6'4" freshman point guard, as he's the first guard off the bench now with that injury. Jack Adifi hits his first basket of the ball game, a 6'7" senior who is top 12 in the conference in rebounds per game and is the leading scorer for this LaSalle Explorers team. So now LaSalle, obviously a little undersized except for Grant Puckett as they pack it into a zone, but Cade Sorensen does not care. He really muscled up in the offseason heading into his senior year, because drives like that, he would have either gotten it ripped from him last year or he just would not have converted. So definitely loving to see the transition from Cade Sorensen becoming a true scorer inside, but he also needs to put on some muscle when it comes to the rebounds right now. We've been getting out-rebounded bad in the first couple minutes of this game as some reserves check in, including Chen Lee and Dustin Black. Continuing to run this 2-3 zone will be the Explorers. Sorensen drawing some attention. It's Stan Scott who continues to be the most consistent 3-point shooter on the season so far for us. Higgins and Murphy and Black, they've all had their ups and downs, but definitely not Stan Scott as Dustin Black. He coming from behind Kobe Frazier to take it away from him and finish out on the break. Great heads-up play there. Dustin Black beating everybody up the floor on the other end, and a little bit of a spark the freshman is providing for us so far. Definitely liking that spark that Dustin Black is providing, but we need to see it out of the interior as Grant Puckett again scores. That's his 3rd field goal, and LaSalle is just killing us out on the boards, inside scoring, you name it. They're getting what they want inside, and that has nothing to do with Higgins not being in the lineup, so that needs to turn around quickly. 4.5 left to go here in the first half of action. 20-14 Explorers lead as this pass is tipped away, and it's Dustin Black for his 2nd steal. How about this assist inside to Amir Holiday, who barely gets that layup off on top of the tall trees inside, including the 7'2" Puckett, who almost swat that back. Well, how about another positive play for Dustin Black, and the assist was even better than the steal. So we're back within 4 now. And again, it looks like the Explorers want to go inside before Will Tyer takes the rock. It looked like they were going to call a little post up there, but it's McTyer for a 3. And this time it's Lamont Burleson who kicks it out to McTyer, and Corey Terrell with a good closeout. Does not matter. It's 6 unanswered points for Will McTyer. And again, LaSalle opens up the lead a little bit. It's now a 12-point Explorers lead. Is their biggest of the contest. And where does it start right now? Does it start on offense or defense for us? Well, clearly the jump shooting defense has not been there so far. It's now Jack Adifi who's already reached his season average in points with 2 more easy ones as Swanson sags off of him. Now 14 seconds left to go. Haven't even reached 20 points as a team. You're really seeing this really stout defensive team make plays in LaSalle, but we make one here too. Cade Sorensen with the steal up ahead to Stan Scott, who draws free throws. That's Alan Varley, who now plays with 2 fouls, the starting point guard for the Explorers. He's a freshman. And it's Stan Scott who knocked down 2 free throws to take us into the break. Rather just 1, but he does get it down to 10 at least. So we're still in this ball game. Somehow we got it down to 10, and Preston Murphy wants it to be under double digits. Need to get him more volume moving forward. His second attempt from 3, and the first one he's made on the game. Jack Adifi inside as we bring 3 defenders his way. Amir Holiday with a big rebound, and Scott looks for a trailer. It's Sorensen, extra pass, 2. Oh my goodness, I thought Murphy was about to hit 2 in a row there, but Fabian Swanson, finally some fight on the boards. Could you believe whenever I say that the Explorers were out rebounding us 22-7 at the break? Yeah, it's one of the most pathetic rebounding efforts you'll ever see as Henrik Potter, another very talented freshman on this team, scores off the bounce against the smaller Amir Holiday. There's 4 freshmen who see ample playing time on this Explorers team, and Heinrich Potter, the guy who just scored that layup, he's one of them. 4 freshies see 17 minutes a game on this Explorers team, as now Sorensen wants a chance at it. He rips down his own offensive board for his second field goal. We're chipping away at this lead. We got it down to 8 with 8 to play, as LaSalle still playing this zone. And it's Dustin Black who controls the pace right now. No Preston Murphy out on the floor. Instead, it's Stan Scott, who is the biggest 3-point threat out there off the bounce. He hits another. All right, Stan Scott. He's got that free throw to take us into the break, but now he has his 3rd 3-pointer of the contest. 44-39. This is Dearman from the top of the key. It's no good, but Grant Puckett secures his 4th offensive rebound until it's taken away by Preston Murphy. Dustin Black, he's trapped. He'll look for Chen Li, who bodies his way inside and uses his muscle to attack the teeth of the defense. Chen Li, the freshman from China. He's playing a little bit more stronger than we normally see him. He's kind of a finesse big, but not that time. As look at Dustin Black slithering his way inside the zone defense. He beat both guys at the top of that 2-3, and that left nothing but a clear path inside, and he uses offhand a little teardrop to get it over Adifi. So that'll pull us within 5 now with under 5 to play, as Dustin Black continues to see more time as he closes out on a LaSalle shooter, but inside it's Cam Tate, a 6'7" freshman on the glass for his first rebound and first points of the contest. But Preston Murphy works quick. Man, he really knows how to pick his spots to take it to a defense when they're not expecting it. Potter left in the rear view mirror. Murphy up to 11. So it's still a 5-point game. We're still in this one with 3 minutes to play. This is a good LaSalle team that we're trying to come back on. Corey Terrell double teamed, bounce pass. Scott looks for number 4 and he hits another. Stan Scott for 3. We're back within a possession. Great pass by Terrell, who sees some extra minutes in favor of Swanson, who's not played well on defense. But look at Terrell and Scott finding some chemistry there. 2 and some change left to go. It is Jack Adifi from the top of the key over to Kobe Frazier, who's been quiet today. He's one of the best defenders in the conference, but he tries to make a nice pass here, and it's ripped down by Corey Terrell. Done a great job rebounding here in the half. Dustin Black for the lead. Fordham on top. It's another three-pointer as our offense behind the line continues to come alive here in the second half. We were desperate for an offensive half like this, and after we grab a stop, we have the lead and the rock with 1:40 left to go in the contest. It's Murphy who drives baseline. It's a tough take, and it's a little bit too strong as Adifi grabs his 7th board. Alan Varley, he will pull up on the break, and he rips it clean. The freshman 6'1" point guard, who's a top 9 assist man in the conference with one of the biggest shots of his freshman year right there. Nothing but confidence there from the first year college point guard. 1 minute left to go. Dustin Black looks for Murphy. He had some space there. Back to Black. Spin move to Terrell. Extra pass. Murphy for the equalizer. The equalizer in terms of pride, but on the scoreboard we take the lead, and he almost got it back too. 16 points for Murphy. Come on, we need a stop here. 47 seconds left to go. LaSalle's been playing well in the half court so far. Their jump shooting's been hot, but this one's off, and then it's blocked by Corey Terrell. What a save as Jack Adifi almost took the lead, but we cannot corral it. So with a 6-second difference between shot clock and game clock, the LaSalle Explorers can sit on it as Alan Varley surveys. Kobe Frazier back to Varley. 14 seconds left to shoot, 18 on the game clock. A basket takes the lead. We need one more stop for a huge win without Evangelo Higgins. 5 seconds. Potter, Puckett to Frazier. It's tipped. It's blocked by Preston Murphy. And it looks like we're going to hold on to win this game. Oh, what a defensive play by Preston Murphy. Risky, he went for the block, but he did a great job not fouling. And LaSalle, who was not even close to being in the bonus, or rather the penalty here in the second half, they have to waste those last couple precious seconds just trying to get us in the bonus. 6 team fouls with 0.2 left to go. We just need to inbound the ball, and we will win our 3rd conference game of Season 2 to keep our season alive and postseason dreams alive. 56-55 is your final as Fordham lives to breathe another day. Wow, what a game. Could not believe that win. We had everybody there getting a piece of pie in the second half, overcoming a miserable offensive and rebounding performance in the first to post 36 second half points against a very good defense. It seems like we found a pretty effective 5-man rotation without Higgins. Dustin Black played his best game of his freshman year. He meshed really well with Murphy as they combined for 26. Stanton Scott was on fire for 4 threes. He hit some big shots. He seems to come up big when we play from behind. Meanwhile, I thought Swanson, Sorensen, and Terrell all did a great job finally botting up these guys in the second half, and we got some big stops inside. Adifi definitely got the better of Swanson though. He was quiet today. 16 points, tying Murphy to be the leading scorer, but it turns out to be all for naught as we come from behind to deliver a heartbreaking loss to a solid team. This win now puts us tied with George Washington at 11th in the conference. We're only 1 game back from LaSalle and Rhode Island to try to improve our seeding, as we have a game against Rhode Island coming up with 5 games left to clinch a spot. And the team we could do that against is Richmond, who we've already beaten this season. The Spiders are on the outside looking in on the playoffs, and we've already beaten them once this season. If we beat them again, that could give us the tiebreaker. And we do, actually. 72-68 is your final, so we improved to 4-8 on the conference, 2-0 against Richmond, who is 13th in the conference right now, and that'll give us the tiebreaker. So that's pretty much already clinched right here. A couple games left to go, as Sorensen had a big game with 18. Murphy starred again. We got a nice overall bench performance for once, and Evangelo Higgins in his return looked a little rusty, but he did chip in with 4 assists and 2 thefts on the game. A tougher matchup than you might expect, but a win's a win. As we head home for the toughest game of the episode, the 49ers of Charlotte come to New York for a showdown. You'd hope to see us at least compete with these guys, because a blowout might send us right back to another cold stretch like we saw last time around. So we'll sim ahead against the top seed hopeful to take us closer to the end of season 2 as season-changing news hits us. Evangelo Higgins, junior season, is done. Wow. It's the same ankle that bothered him last episode. Maybe this time he came back to the lineup a little too early because he broke it in the Charlotte game. Our second leading scorer is gone for the season. Man, we just can't catch a break, can we? We break our cold streak, win back-to-back games, we get Higgins back, and as quick as he came off the injury list, the 6'7 junior is back on it for the rest of the season. We do drop the Charlotte game. We fall to 4-9 in league play, but obviously that comes secondary as one of our leaders goes down for the rest of the season. We still control our own destiny though, and we're a game up on Richmond with the tiebreaker now. And Xavier continues to be a non-factor, so it's only a matter of time before we clinch the first playoff spot of this series. But this hurts though. Between the Richmond game and the Charlotte game, Higgins was only back for a combined 25 minutes played between the two games before he broke that ankle. But we won't be seeing him again until season 3. I know we scored a big win without him earlier in the episode against LaSalle, but news like this could break the back of our team's morale. You never know. So with only 3 games to go left on the season, we look to rebound against a Rhode Island team who only leads us by a game in the standings. We're at home too, so this is premier territory to try to make some noise when it comes to this seeding. This Rhode Island Rams team, however, you have to be impressed with their turnaround. This program was dead last in the standings last year. They were the only team that finished under us in the standings with a 2-14 A-10 record in season 1. But Floor General Andre Bright has his troops ready for action this season as he and Brennan Ballard combined for most of his team's scoring production. They also tried out Ty Willoughby, who came out of nowhere to be the leading scorer in the matchup between these two teams last season. So Dustin Black came off the bench in that LaSalle game and provided a big spark in the win. Let's see if he can do it again as the 6'4 freshman earns his first start tonight, replacing Higgins. Murphy slides to the 2 as we're underway for game 2 of the episode. The Rams will earn the first possession and the first score of the contest as we keep it pushing here, trying to earn our first basket. Murphy, a lot of contact, no whistle, but on the glass, something that we did not do enough of last game. It's Dustin Black, who looks like he wants that starting job moving forward. I know we're going after pretty 2 solid point guards in recruiting right now. One a 4-star prospect, one a 3-star, but you never know what might happen. So Dustin Black could join the starting 5 next year, depending what happens in recruiting. So it's something to keep an eye moving forward on. And honestly, with the way Black's been playing here at the tail end of his freshman year, a lineup of Black, Murphy, and Higgins in season 3 does not sound so bad right now. As here he is trying to set up KJ Bigsby, the redshirt freshman. He gives it back to him, but Bigsby, nice job moving to the free throw line, as there's a basket there for KJ. And Dustin Black, nice bounce pass for his first assist. But now a 13-point lead as the Rams are on a run. And this is Tyler Rosario, a freshman point guard who's hit 2 threes now here in the first half. And as we move to the second half, things not getting that much better. I really didn't want to show too many highlights of this game because clearly we did not come into play. However, Dustin Black has been one of the guys who has, nice job off the bounce, a couple of assists, and that's his 3rd field goal so far. So Black continuing to put everything he has out on the floor to try to make a name for himself in this lineup, as Ty Willoughby off the mark there. We're just looking for some more positive plays, and maybe if we can cut this to 10, we can maybe think about a comeback, but still a long ways away from that. As Sorensen, nice job beating Terrell on the backdoor cuts, big man to big man, as Terrell has also played a very solid game. He's been probably the best bench player outside of Dustin Black over the last couple weeks. But it leads back up to 19. Ty Willoughby bounce pass inside to Brennan Ballard, who's a little bit short on the layup. Murphy collects his first rebound. It's KJ Bigsby bounce pass as the freshman makes a nice find inside. Swanson, good job burning the floor like a guard right there. And KJ Bigsby, he's struggled so far, actually having a spot in the rotation with no more Higgins. We need him at the wing, but Bigsby having a decent game in this one. So Preston Murphy trying to size up his man. Of course, you know he's always coming to play. What a bounce off the rim. Murphy, 16 as our leading scorer. But with the clock dwindling down, it's 72-54. This is kind of what you expected as Dustin Black captures the ankles of a Rhode Island Rams forward, but can't finish. Not like it matters anyway. Took this one off the chin. Obviously not what we had in mind today. This loss hurts with Rhode Island just being 1 game up in the standings, but obviously we know Higgins I think this might have been just a morale loss. I think we just came out flat with that horrible news we saw in the Charlotte game. But we saw some guys step up. Swanson's been going through the motions a little bit recently. He's been a little bit cold, but this was his best game in a while. Murphy, of course, came to play. It seems like he always does. He's been on fire down the stretch of season 2, trying to post the production of him and Higgins. Dustin Black wasn't a superstar, but he definitely showed he could maintain the starting role, at least compete for it, and split control with Murphy on the offense. Corey Terrell again was impactful off the bench. You really have to be enjoying the second half of his junior year. There was plenty that didn't go our way on defense, however. Rhode Island split up their production. By the time we figured things out, Ty Willoughby caught fire in the second half. I didn't show a lot of highlights, but he was their leading scorer somehow with his huge second half, just like he was last year. So, we have 2 more games left in the schedule. We need to brush that off. It's a tough first full game without Higgins. Plus, we're probably still on pace to clinch a playoff spot, so still plenty to play for. In-season recruiting wraps up, so no more visits or scouting for Coach Carter. I'll revisit the scouting board next episode no matter what happens. So there's plenty of big news to show. I can't wait. So win or loss next episode, I'll definitely be showing what's going on in recruiting. So we're still firmly in playoff position. We're 12th, plus we hold a tiebreaker over Richmond, as we pretty much have the 12th seed clinched. But to even have a shot of catching GWU or LaSalle, we need these next 2 games to be W's, with the first being a simmed road game against the Bonnies. St. Bonaventure worked us last year in a blowout loss, and despite losing Player of the Year Albert McKenzie, they're still a winning team in the conference this season. Let's jump through this game and find out, did we score a big road win? No, we did not, but it was only by a single point. Man, no Higgins is really starting to take its toll, as Dustin Black struggled for the first time playing with the ones. He had 5 giveaways and could barely find his shot. Preston is proving that he is this team's star with what a game. Again, Swanson was overwhelmed. This is a very physical Bonnie's team inside. He only played 8 minutes due to foul trouble. Sorensen had no problems though, near double-double with 3 blocks. We were this close to securing this win, but we'll look to rebound on senior day as the UMass Minutemen come to town with an 8-7 conference record and one of the better offenses in the league. However, this is a team that's been struggling even more than we have as of recent. UMass is fresh off a senior day loss against Rhode Island and will try to avoid 4 straight defeats entering the A10 tournament. It's not without reason though, they're just as beat up as we are, with 2 starters playing hurt and their team captain Johnny Winbush, he has had his senior year cut short due to a ruptured Achilles. You never want to see a kid have a career finished off because of an injury, especially someone like Winbush who's been a star within the A10 for 3 seasons now. Sorensen will match up with another talented big, 6'11 forward Freddie Salazar. He will become their active leading scorer. And 5'11 combo guard Deverick Castle will assume the point guard duties from here on out. So today we're going to have 4 seniors charging at the tunnel for their final time. Cade Sorensen, Stan Scott, Amir Holiday, and Kosuke Takahashi make their final appearances in Rose Hill Gym today. We're a game up in the standings on Richmond for the 12th spot, plus the tiebreaker, so there's no added pressure. Win or loss, we're in the playoffs. But for guys that have endured a lot of losing in their career, it'll feel great to send them off with a win. So let's get it popping today. We score a free throw to break the ice here on senior night. Deverick Castle scans as he finds Freddie Salazar inside. That's going to be a big matchup. Sorensen versus Salazar. We'll see if Cade can match up physically with him, as here he comes with the tomahawk slam off of the turnover. Oh my goodness. Deverick Castle and Salazar linking up twice in a matter of seconds. That could definitely be a possession that takes some wind out of our sails, especially with everything we've been enduring so far down the stretch. But how about a parallel pick and roll on the baseline? Dustin Black and Cade Sorensen, our point guard to center duo, linking up for our own basket as we give it right back to the Minutemen there. This one's rotated around looking for a tie. It's Murphy, tough take, no good, but it's Sorensen on the glass, using his offhand for some putback points, and then on the press, he is harassing the inbounder. Just like what UMass did a couple minutes ago, and how Freddie Salazar scored those 4 unanswered points. Very similar fashion. And ever since then, we've been on a nice little run there, as it's Terrell and Sorensen closing down the interior. 3 chances for the Minutemen. All 3 were not capitalized on. So, 15-9 game. 9 minutes to play. Look at Dustin Black weaving his way through 2 Minutemen defenders. Timeout, UMass. They're sweating a little bit here. They got 6 seniors and 3 juniors on this Minutemen team, so perhaps feeling some pressure as this core only has one last chance to make some noise here in the conference. 8:40 left to go. Nice backdoor feed. Okay, Terrell and Sorensen, as the senior Sorensen has 8 points already. We saw Terrell link up with Sorensen for a big basket last episode, except it was reversed. It was Sorensen doing the facilitating. This time they switch up the roles. So 21-20, UMass back in the game with 4:14 left to go. Cole Pledger on the outside gives it to Nehemiah Lennon. Evans over to Pledger. Good contest by Stan Scott, but Cole Pledger for 3. A 6'8 senior who's 4th on the team in scoring with a big shot there. So 23-21. Going inside to Sorensen. Back out. Dustin Black. Can he stay hot? And he does. A lead change once again, but Fordham back out on top. Dustin Black has 7 points, and now Cade Sorensen with an assist. However, he's off on the free throw there as Callahan collects the rebound. Over to Badeau, and this one's tipped away. It's Dustin Black leaking out, cherry picking, if you will. But hey, if you're going to play the passing lanes like that, you deserve it. If you're going to harass the opposing ball handlers, and you better get out and run that break. So we're up by 3 at the half, but there is Akeem Finnegan for his first basket. A passing wing, one of the many seniors on this team, averaging 8.5 points and 3 assists. Speaking of passes, Dustin Black hits Sorensen on a beautiful feed on the secondary break. Dustin Black is maturing in front of our own eyes, man. That's quite the heads-up play there. So now there's a 5-point difference between the two teams. 11:53 left to go as cutting back door. It's Freddie Salazar. And it's Akeem Finnegan on the feed. Bounce pass, no look, nutmegging Cade Sorensen while he's at it. That's one of the best passes I've ever seen this entire game. My entire time playing this video game, that's one of the best bounce passes I have ever seen. I just talked about it. Akeem Finnegan is a really talented passing wing as he finds his teammate there, but neutralizing it and some is Dustin Black for his second triple. Look how far the freshman was from this one, and look at the bench in the background, hyping up their budding freshman guard. And this one's now picked off. It's Sorensen's 4th steal as he continues to get back and stop these breaks. Heat check time for Dustin Black as it's another one. 17 on the game, his 3rd. Wow. 48-41, Fordham on top. Come on, we have to win this game. Oh, Dustin Black, don't tell me he's trying to shoot again. It's a nice feed to Amir Holiday, who's yet to get on the scoreboard, but finally he does. So, that's 3 seniors now who have all scored. Meanwhile, it's another assist for Dustin Black as the freshman continues to make his mark on senior night. 1:40 left to go. Preston Murphy trying to help dwindle his clock down a little bit as it's a 7-point Fordham lead. Black, who has been red hot tonight, 10 seconds to shoot. What play do we have drawn up? It looks like it's going to be a play for Murphy, but it's actually Stan Scott's man who was blindsided by the screen. And it's the senior who says lights out for UMass. What a play call there. It was supposed to be a design play for Preston Murphy, but Akeem Finnegan was laid out by a screen, and it was an awesome read by Dustin Black to negate the first option. Notice that Scott was wide open and hit him. What just another awesome play by Dustin Black as Fordham takes senior day by 10 points as the freshman leaves his mark on the day for seniors. 19, 3 for 3 from behind the line for Dustin Black, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, even made his mark from the free throw line. Every part of offense he provided for us today. What a day. Every senior made an impact too, except for Takahashi. Unfortunately, we couldn't get him in the game, but man, Scott hit the dagger. Amir Holiday hit a big shot. And without Sorensen winning inside time and time again with 15 points, I don't think we win this game. But the game ball out of everybody goes to your player of the game, Dustin Black, who did it all today, as the freshman helped these seniors walk out of Rose Hill Gym a winner for the final time. I know it's been an up and down season and an overall series so far, but you have to like the way we've come together recently as a team to close out year 2. We've improved our conference record from season 1 by 2 games, and we've finally completed our preseason goal of clinching our first playoff berth in the series. Nicely done, boys. We've been through some hardship in this series, so it's important to remember to celebrate our accomplishments no matter how small. But the question is, who will be our first round opponent in the conference tournament? Since we clinched a 12th seed with a 5-0 conference record, well, Charlotte, St. Louis, Dayton, and Temple will all receive first round byes, and that 5 seed will be the St. Joseph Hawks, who we've only seen once this season, with a blowout loss being the result. Duquesne beats LaSalle by 24, and the Bonnies have a similar box score as GWU as well. So no breaks as we enter the postseason tournament for the first time, but what else would you expect? We're not a very high seed, and the winner of this game will face the 4th seed Temple. And this is exactly why we chose this conference for this series. This was the challenge of it. It was the big lure for us. So it looks like episode 19 is finally wrapping up. Thank you for joining me today. It was a very eventful episode to segue us into the first playoff berth of the series, and that'll be coming in the next episode. Win or loss, I'll probably make the St. Joe's game its own episode since it's a milestone in the series. It's our first conference tournament, and I don't want to spoil the results, so that's definitely something to look forward to as St. Joe's looks to add their names in the bracketology list. St. Louis is projected an 8th seed, Temple 11, 7th seed projection for Dayton, and of course the 6th ranked Charlotte 49ers are the 1 seed hopefuls entering the twilight of season 2. So yep, St. Joe's was still a lot to play for with each round of the tournament. So that's going to be it for me, guys. Between finishing up season 2 and hopefully finishing up the Road to NBA 2K series, there's going to be some very big games coming up on the channel very soon. So stay tuned for all of that as we look to play spoiler against the St. Joe's Hawks next episode, and we'll try to do it for our boy Evangelo Higgins. I'll see you guys very soon. Hope you guys have a great night. Hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, stay tuned for more here on the channel. Peace, everybody.